Hey everybody, it's Eric with Low VA Rates. We are talking today about the VA cash out refinance loan, specifically how this loan works. Now, if you've heard us talking about the VA cash out refinance and you've been wondering exactly what is this loan and how does it work, then you're going to want to watch this video for sure. This video today is the first in a 4-part series where we're going to get right into the details of this, but this is going to be a basic overview today of what you can expect from the VA cash out loan. Now you'll notice I'm wearing red. So you already know what that means unless this is your first time here. For you first timers, red means remember everyone deployed. And as my shirt indicates, we wear red here at Low VA Rates every single Friday. This is your invitation to join us in this movement. It's to support our military, deployed or back home safe. If you love the veteran community, if you love the military, wear red with us here at Low VA Rates every single Friday. And speaking of red, subscribe to that link down below so that you can be, always informed on what we're talking about over here. Before we dive in, I want to give you a quick overview of what the VA cash out program really is. What are these loans? At their most simple, VA cash out loans are one of 3 main types of VA home loans. And because they're part of the VA loan program, VA cash outs are only available to borrowers with military service. I think that's important. Most people know that, but only for vets, okay? That's a short way of explaining it, but you had to have had proper military service to get a VA cash out. And we use the VA cash out loan to refinance an existing mortgage. And this can allow us to access our equity, allow you, the veteran, to access the equity that's stuck in your home, pull it out as cash. That's one way we use the loan. Or if you're a veteran who has a conventional loan or some other sort of mortgage and you want to move into a VA loan from a non-VA loan, okay? Just want to put those 2 bullet points up there. We access equity in our home through a refinance, or it is used to get into a VA loan if you're not already in one, but you do have a mortgage. Now with that basic understanding, let's go a bit deeper and talk about how they work. Now VA cash out refinances, like all other mortgage refis, a cash out refinance completely replaces your previous loan with a new one. That might seem obvious to many of you, but I have to say that because a lot of times, not with Low VA Rates, but a lot of times our veterans will get an advertisement. They'll see something that makes them think they can just pull out, $20,000 from their home. It's only going to cost them $40 a month in payments, and then they feel like they've been misled. When you're doing a VA cash out refinance, you have to get a brand new loan set up. It means you're going to get a new rate, you're going to get a new term. However, the benefit is that you can also use it to pull the cash out of your home's equity. I want to talk about equity, okay? Equity, it's going to be a real important word to understand. Equity is measured by comparing the appraised value of your home against the remaining balance. The difference between those 2 numbers is how much equity you have available. Now we've mentioned, and if you haven't heard this before, what makes the VA cash out so unique is it allows veterans to take out 100% of their home's value, or to go to 100% LTV, or loan to value. Simply put, your loan that you use for the VA cash out can be equal to the appraised value of your home. Now, if you were to compare that to what someone like myself, a civilian, can get out of my home, I'm maxed at 80%, generally speaking, on a cash out, 80% LTV that is. Now, while you don't have to take cash out when you do a cash out refi, most people are pulling out their equity. If you decide to take out cash, your new loan balance will be higher than your previous loan balance. And I just want to get into an example here. Say you owe $200,000 on your mortgage. That's your balance. That's what you owe the bank today. And then you come to find out that your home is now worth $250,000 based on the appraised value. And if you're thinking, hey, Eric, I want to know how much my home's worth, but I don't want to go out and get an appraisal, I might just plug a couple websites here, realtor.com, Zillow.com, redfin.com, see what a home near yours has sold for. These are ways to figure out a rough idea of what your home's appraised value would be. Now, in this situation, as I mentioned, what is equity? It's the difference between what you owe on your home and what the home appraises for. Now, let me tell you right now, if your appraised value happens to be less than your balance, you have negative equity, which is not a good thing, and you can't do this loan. So I just happen to put the appraised value at the bottom. I'm not going to come out negative. The difference between my appraised value and my balance is a whopping $50,000 in equity. You can take that full $50,000 out as cash. You can walk with a check for $50,000 if you'd like, but it's going to require you to increase the balance of your mortgage to $250,000. Okay? You can also pay off some credit cards and some other stuff. We're going to get into that, no doubt, in this 4-part video, but right now I just want you to understand equity and how you get it through the VA cash out refinance. Now, some other things that you should know about the VA cash out refinance are going to include things like there may be closing costs. Okay? Like most VA loans, these closing costs are going to range from somewhere between 2 to 5% of the loan amount. And that's going to depend on whether or not there's a VA funding fee, whether or not you choose to take a little bit higher rate for less cost, all things you can learn in other videos here at Low VA Rates. Now, you can use the cash that you get out of the house to cover portions of your closing costs. That's just going to decrease the amount of money you walk with. You're going to need to pay for an appraisal. Okay, the only way to determine whether or not your value is accurate, licensed and approved VA appraiser is going to come out to the house and do the appraisal, and that also costs money. I really want you to understand, I'm going to write this up here, over here. I get a little messy sometimes. No restrictions. There's literally no restrictions on what you do with the money once you have it. That said, there are some common uses that we see most of our veterans doing. By far, the most popular use of cash is to pay off and or consolidate high interest debt, like credit cards. A lot of people making home improvements right now. You've seen all these beautiful homes go up in your neighborhoods. You feel like, hey, my home's a little dated. I need to bring it up to kind of keep up with the Joneses, is what we say sometimes. A lot of people putting in pools, landscaping, new kitchen or new appliances. You can do that. College tuition. I love this one, believe it or not. And I just helped a relatively older couple who had hit retirement and had not been able to travel the way they wanted to. They've been just yearning for this family vacation. And as we talked and discussed what they could do with their proceeds from their home, they were amped to be able to take this kind of early retirement vacation together as they set off into the later years of their life. Ultimately, if you can dream it up, you can use the cash for that purpose. Now, that sounds pretty amazing, I'm sure. Before you get one, though, you do have to meet the VA's qualifications for a VA cash out refinance. I'm going to talk about some of those right now. Doing a lot of writing, a lot of erasing today. That's probably a good sign. It means we're throwing out lots of knowledge. You guys are going to walk away experts. First and foremost, the VA does have eligibility guidelines. That's what I want to talk about. The lenders are going to make sure that you can financially qualify for the loan. And again, when I say the lenders, guys, come to Low VA Rates. At least put us in the mix. We're educating you. You're following us. We wear this cool red stuff on Friday. Give us a shot. I'm just gonna say this. I talk back and forth with a lot of those people that watch our videos online, and they thank me left and right. Eric, your videos are great. You've changed my life. Da 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 da. Oh, by the way, are you working with Low VA Rates? Oh no, I'm not. Did you reach out to us? No, I didn't. Again, your choice in this amazing country of ours where you are free to do what you want, but I'm asking you, give us a shot. It's going to benefit you to work with us. I will tell you that. But as a lender, Low VA Rates, like all of our competitors, we got to make sure that you've got the employment, the credit history, the income in order to take your balance from $200,000 up to $250,000. There's no point in allowing you to pull out and attack that equity and attack your debt, if it's going to put you in a worse situation and you can't afford your mortgage payment. Okay? You're also going to need to be living in the home as your primary residence. If it's a home that has a VA loan on it right now, but you've moved and you now want to refinance the home you no longer live in with a VA cash out, you can't. I want to write this stuff up there for those that are following along. So I've talked about two things. My mind doesn't work backwards. Number one, primary residence. You need to make sure you can only refinance your primary residence. And that's the other one, VA qualifications. You can't just say, oh, I watched this video. This guy Eric was saying I can tap into the equity in my house. Well, you got to qualify, okay? The third thing I want you to realize you have to do is you have to meet VA service eligibility requirements. And simply put, you have to have served a certain amount of time, depending on the branch of service you were in. If it was peacetime or wartime, make sure you're even eligible for VA loans before you start going down the path of a VA cash out. Now, here's where we get, I don't want to say technical, but this stuff gets a little bit more detailed, and that is on a VA cash out, you have to meet certain guidelines about seasoning, okay? Seasoning your loan, we're going to talk about that. Net tangible benefit, which in the industry we refer to as NTB, and in some cases, the recoup of your closing costs. Okay. So now that you've seen this on the screen, you know that, man, I better understand seasoning, net tangible benefit, and recoup closing costs as opposed to going over it in today's part 1 video. I've done several videos on these requirements in much more detail. I want you to make sure that you check out the links in the description box below this video so that you can learn more about those 3 bullet points. Now, as long as you meet all of the requirements, you will be able to access that cash tied up in your home as equity, and it's generally going to take maybe a month or 2. I would say let's get on that. Now that you have a great foundational understanding of what the VA cash out refinance is and how it works, I want you to make sure that you check out the next video in this 4-part series where I'm going to be diving into some of the reasons why a cash out can be a smart idea, even in situations where your rate might go up. Again, thank you for watching. Wear red every Friday. We'll see you here next week. This is Eric with Low VA Rates.